Okay. Part 4. Oh, I left off the part where Miss Rivera had stolen the coins, had replaced them with brand new coins. So, I asked her for the other items. She told me she didn't have them. And right after that, after telling her I was going to take her to court, because of various other things, like my TV's blowing out, them coming in keep destroying my shoes, contaminating my food, um, shutting down my TV. I have a 60-inch flat screen that they would uh, turn off where I wasn't able to watch TV. So, like I told you, they playing with the circuitry, the electrical circuitry. So, I had a lawsuit against her, which is I still got to go do again, and which I will this month when I go in on the 22nd. I will refile that lawsuit since they throw that out. Um, so now everything fell into place when I realized that she had lied to me, and that she's continuing to lie about uh, the items that I gave her, and that the receipt to my aunt's things was missing out of my house, and wasn't no regular burglar or the people that harass me come in there and take the receipts to my aunt's stuff. Why would they do that? Why would they take a receipt to the headstones when I'm trying to get the money back from Miss Libera? So all of a sudden, I realized she was up to her neck in this. So I was truly disappointed, and it hurt me. Because number one, as I said, she was like a sister to me. So I started calling my family members and my friends, telling them what Miss Libera was doing. All my sisters and them say you can't believe it. And then I told them, I said, and I was especially hurt since she has these things that my Aunt Sue had given me. Since when my Aunt Sue died, I had. So she kept crying that she was broke and she was having financial problems. I split the insurance money and the stock money with her 50-50. Now she told me that there was about $10,000 between the insurance and the stock. So I split it with her. Now, when my aunt Ruby died in the beginning, right before Aunt Sue, the insurance was in the Bear's name, and she didn't give me a dime because remember I told you she told me that my aunt Ruby was not didn't have enough for funeral expenses. So I told this to my family, and they say, Pearline, they said you should have known better. I thought about it. They said, you know how Aunt Ruby was. She wouldn't have never left here without her things taken care of, with all her business taken care of. And it hit me like a ton of bricks that Miss Severe had lied to me about that. That there's no way my aunt, who paid all her bills, who made sure everything was paid, was never behind her bills, would not have taken care of funeral expenses. Especially since we went to the funeral home and I was with Libera when the director at the funeral home told me that, and everyone knew it, that Ruby had picked out her casket. She had already picked out her obituary, what she wanted. She didn't want no color. She wanted black and white. She didn't want no flowers. She had picked it out so people would not spend money on her. She said, don't buy her flowers. Would not spend money on her to buy things that weren't important. She picked out simple, inexpensive things So she would be taken care of, rested. Well, she would be laid out nicely, but not expensively. Because she wanted the money to go to the organization to help people who are in need, to feed them, to take care of the house that we had on Wood for women with drug and alcohol abuse problems and stuff like that. Because the house that my Aunt Ruby founded supported a lot of women who did not have a place to stay. So she didn't want money to go for her funeral expenses, no flowers, none of that. She wanted all the money to go toward the organization. And it didn't hit me till later that if she had all this plan, that Miss Lavera had lied, that she did get the insurance money. So I was talking to one of my church members who I had joined my Aunt Ruby's church. And one of my church members told me, they said, Pearl, you shouldn't have fell for that. They say, she said, Aunt Ruby told her, and they call us Mother Fowler, before she died, that she asked God not to take her until she had everything in place. Not just for her funeral, but the things in place to take care of her sister, Aunt Sue. She said there's no way. When my Aunt Ruby left here, she was in such peace. She said she was ready to go. And there's no way she would say she was ready to go if she hadn't put all her taking care of her business arrangements. And the more I thought of it, the more I realized that Miss Lavera had got the insurance money, had kept the insurance money. And I also found out later on that she wrote the funeral expenses off on her taxes. So she beat me out of that money because I split the money that I got from Sue 50-50. And I don't know how much she beat me out of that because she did all the arrangements. Like I said, she the one who told me what the stock was worth. So it might have been valued more than what she said. She also told me what the policy was. And with her little clique, with everybody in place doing their little thing, there's no telling what they beat me out of. But, like I said, I had split the money with her. So everything went down here from there. Now, I was already going through the changes. Well, my dishwasher was already down. My lights had been going out and everything. So now I realized that this Mr. Vera was in this all the time about coming in here and taking my things. Now, during the period of time, her son had moved upstairs. And that's when I told you about the tips of my life of the rug being put on the stairs and me falling down the stairs, the bar being put in the back porch where I had to fell down the back stairs of the back porch, the other incident about stuff being put in my food. All of this was already taking place at the same time. So I called Miss Vera's aunt, Louise, who was married to Lavera's uncle, Tom, who died, Charlie too, who died from cancer. And Louise filled me in on a lot of facts about Miss Lavera. And that's when I realized that Miss Nelson wasn't who she said she was. She was one of the most vilest, evil people you can conceive of. What Louise told me was that Lavera was suspected in a lot of deaths around people in the family. That her having cancer and her husband Tom, Lavera's uncle, died from cancer. That Lavera was bringing them food, and every time they would bring them food, even though the food was bought, it was open. The food was open. And Tom and her started getting sick. And she said she talked to other people in the family, and they were very suspicious of other people dying in the family. while the Vera was coming about the time. And she said it was mysterious because the Vera started coming every day. She wouldn't give her and Tom any rest. She was there every day. She was bringing food and stuff. And her mom, mysterious, Mr. Vera's mom, mysteriously died uh, from this so-called cancer. Now, the Vera had told me, and I had no reason to doubt her again, that her and her mom was very close. That every time the day come around for her mom's anniversary, her mom's death, she would get so sad. She was thinking about her mom, and she loved her dog Rowley because the dog that she has now was her mom's dog. And when her mom died, she took the dog. Oh, and I just felt so. It was just so heartbreaking. Every year, she. And then Louise told me that the bear hated her mom, and that dog was not her mom's. Uh, Louise told me, see, Louise has a dog too, Riley's brother. And Louise told me that she gave Lavera that dog. That was Lavera's dog. It wasn't her mom's dog. But her mom would keep the dog sometimes. So Lavera lied to me about her relationship with her mom, telling me her mom was close and she hated her mom. And then her mom died. And she got a lot of insurance. So when I told Louise that Vera had brought me some things over, something to eat, she said, don't eat it. She said, don't touch it. She said, because Tom wound up dying from the cancer from Vera beating him. Now, Vera's a hospice nurse, so we know she know about all kind of medications and things for people. She's around death all the time. And I remember the day, 4th of July, when I asked her for that money back from the cemetery headstones. Now, me and her had been talking earlier about I wanted to taste some Himalayan salt. That I wanted to try it because it's supposed to be healthy for you. So, excuse me, messing me again. So after that day when I told her after that, she never brought this. She never mentioned about salt again since I had told her I wanted to try it. But the 4th of July, after asking her for the money for the headstones, she comes back with a bag of Himalayan salt. And it's been opened. Just like Louise said, the salt has been opened. Now, I called her and I said, well, Vera, why did you open the salt? Since you say you bought it for me. Oh, well, I wanted to taste it. But if you was going to bring it to me, you could have brought it to me and tasted it once I opened it. I could have opened it while when you brought it to me, and we could have tasted it together. And then I remember the other food items that she was bringing me. And it all added up, just like Louise said. That every time she bring me something, it was open. She brought me some popcorn. It was open. Oh, they playing on my stomach. I got to go again. I'll be back. There'll have to be a part 4.